Traders, welcome to Gold Signal's start of week technical analysis. We're going to be jumping straight into things here. We are expecting a shorter one compared to normal. This will probably be the shortest technical analysis video. However, I have said this before many times and it ends up being the same rough duration as all of them. The only reason I say it's going to be quite short is because, as you can see, we don't actually have much data to go over, and gold is also in the same section. So we're going from where we last left off, which is marked by this vertical blue line, and we're going to go ahead and zoom in for you. I'm just refocusing this section of the market. This is all the information that is new compared to our end of week TA. So last time we left off here, and when we left off our technical analysis, we was testing around this area of this trend line that we marked in. And as you can see, if I go ahead and grab an eclipse for you real quick, as you can see, the trend line was broken, indicating to us, what was this indicating to us? This was indicating to us that there has been a change in trend in comparison to this all-time high touch, and then the big bearish drop, and then the lower highs created, followed by the lower lows. So we have seen the trend line become broken, indicating to our traders on that day that price was going to continue bullish. Now that this trend line is now invalid, we're going to go ahead and delete that, as it has no real meaning to us anymore. I'm going to go ahead and zoom right in here. So as you can see, we're going to do what we normally do, is we're going to drag a path from where we last left off. So it was at the depth of 2716. Price then came up to test the level of 2746. We saw price come down all the way to 2724, another one of our PRYs. Came up to test the 2744 level, which is obviously marked again with a purple box, indicating to ourselves that this is a point of interest. And then price where it is now, which is at 2741. So as you can see, since this bullish outbreak of that trend line that we just deleted, and that bullish confirmation that we would see price go to the upside, we have experienced this and we have seen this. And as you can see, price came to test this level of 2744 roughly. Price came back down to test this level of around 2730, and then we came back up 244, 2730, and 244, and it looks like price is now rejecting off of this again. So we're seeing some consolidation here. We're seeing some sideways movement, that's for sure, with the 745 resistance and the 730 support holding in price at this current range. We're going to go ahead and go down to minute 15 and dive properly into what we are looking at. So as you can see, that's where we left off. That eclipse is marking the point where we saw the price break trend line. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. That means nothing to us now. So we're here with this information. So as you know, these point of interests we've marked in before, way before any of this. And as you can see, pretty much all of these levels have some sort of significant meaning to gold. As you can see, the level of 2644 that we marked in is definitely a strong point. We can also see this next level of 2739 to 2740 tested, with price testing it here as support and resistance, support, and then price is now tested in that area as what looks to be as a support. Obviously, we'll come back to this and go into this properly, but as of right now, if we see this candlestick finish roughly here around 2741, above this area, above this 2740 area, we will most likely see a bullish continuation, with price breaking through this common resistance for the last three touches of 2744, with price continuing on to our next point of interest, which would be around 2748. So if we see a bearish continuation and we see this candlestick that is currently active right now, if we see price finish here or below, or lower, should I say, we will most likely see a bearish continuation, perhaps coming down to test that 2730 level once again. So what can we see here in the market? We can see price fluctuating in a consistent manner with the usual point of interests and the usual support and resistances being respected. We're going to go ahead and go through our point of interest like we did. We just marked this one. This is definitely valid. This point of interest is definitely valid too. As you can see, price acted as support, a resistance, a support, and a support again here on the lower time frames before we had that continuation of that bullish momentum. This next level, definitely a point of interest for us. We had a resistance here, support, resistance, and then price sort of hovered around this area before it made its mind up and continued on bullish. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and mark in the most probable moves for next week. For this week coming. As you guys know, on the first Friday of every month, we will experience a non-farm payroll event known as NFP. This is on the first Friday of every single month, and it is a high-impacting news event that will most likely and pretty much always does, nothing's ever 100%. However, the NFP normally injects quite a lot of volume and volatility within the market. You'll see, if you guys are experienced or you have seen or been watching the markets during a NFP release, you will see something like price come all the way down and then shoot all the way up, or vice versa, price coming all the way up and then coming all the way back down. So the most probable move for the low time frames, what we're going to go ahead and look at here is this candlestick that we are currently sitting on. As you can see, this ends in 2 minutes and 46 seconds. So we will, as we are in this TA, we will see roughly what is happening. Like we said, if we see this candlestick finish where it is now and we see the bears continue to hold their presence and beat the bulls, we will most likely see this 244 level touched again. We're going to go ahead and draw a path real quick of the most probable move if this candlestick finishes in this point of interest that we have marked in. We will most likely see price continue. We could see price test here and then do a break and retest pattern to come and test the 2740, in which it is testing as a current support. We could test that alternatively as a resistance, with price then dropping back down and continuing and following suit. If we see the candlestick, as you saw just then, if we see that candlestick, if we see that wick up and we see it finish in the rough area that these previous candlesticks have finished, we will class this as a bullish, a bullish flag. A bullish flag being, if I go ahead and mark this real quick, a bullish flag, meaning that this support is tested and successfully respected, indicating to us that there will be an injection of bullish momentum and buyers will enter the market, driving price up through our 2744 level to our 748 level. If we see a continuation, the most likely move that we could probably see, taking into account the previous market, if I go ahead and zoom out, taking into account price action that we've seen before. So we could see we see a break, we see a hold of support here. We could see price break through this 244 level, test this 248 level to come back down to do a break and retest pattern to test previous resistance as a support on the level of 2744 before then continuing up to test this previous high of 2758. That's the most probable low time frame and short duration move that we could probably see. We're going to go ahead and go to our hour 1 real quick, and we're going to go ahead and zoom in. Bear with me. And we're going to go ahead and go over what could happen on the higher time frames. It will be roughly the same thing, but we're going to go over what we could see for this week. As you guys know, this level here is our all-time high that was touched on Wednesday the 23rd of October prior to the London session opening up, and we touched a all-time high of around 2758. What we could expect here, if I go ahead and reset price scale real quick and zoom in, what we could see here is if this level, like we just spoke about, tests and continues to test as a support with this hour 1 candlestick that has 15 minutes left to go, coming back up, finishing roughly in this sort of area around 2742. We will most likely see price break this common resistance and go ahead and at least test our level of 2748. If we see this level of 2748 surpassed, the most likely point where we could expect gold to go to at least would be the all-time high that we touched here of 2758. When price touches this all-time high, we could either see price continue, depending on how strong the bullish momentum is, and continue and touch new all-time highs, with price then coming down to test the previous all-time high as it has done before and give us a break and retest pattern, continuing that bullish momentum and taking us even higher. As of right now, we do have a level marked in here. The reason why this level would have been marked in is because this will be a liquidity point within the market, taking into account probable bullish and bearish scenarios and the amount of trades and the amount of people that are actively trading the market. This is roughly where the next all-time high would be. So like we said, we could test this level here and then continue pushing up. The next big all-time high that we're most likely expecting is gold to surpass that 2800 level, but we most likely won't see that for a little while now. As you can see, we are definitely getting that bullish momentum that we spoke about. The minute 15 candlestick finished just above our point of interest, indicating to us that we could in turn see what we are speaking about this 2748 level touched. We're going to go ahead and go to our daily chart. Not much has happened. Obviously, there's only been a day since the last time we left off. But as you can see, we are over halfway through the day, and the bears have had the morning and the start of New York session, and then the bulls have entered the market, slowly pushing price up. With this current price action that we are seeing here, I understand it is a little bit messy. I could hide the drawings, but I'm not going to, because I'm only going to go over this quick. Is if candlestick finishes roughly in the same area, if we don't see the 2736 level surpassed by the bears today, we will most likely see that continuation on, with gold touching the all-time high of around 2780. Everything is all in retrospect, and right, okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and go to our weekly, and as you see, again, we've spoke about this many times. Since October 2022, we have been bullish. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. Obviously, we have had some major retracements due to other things happening in the world. As you guys know, tensions are heightened, especially in the Middle East, which will have an effect on gold's market. And there's a lot of high impacting news events that have took place over the last few months that have definitely taken a toll on gold. Again, as you can see on the weekly, I'm going to go ahead and zoom all the way in here and just focus these few candlesticks. Sorry, did not mean to do that. Right, as you can see, price has created higher highs and then higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. We could see a big retracement where price comes down to around the 2700 level on the higher time frames before we push up, but the most probable scenario for the current price action we are seeing across all time frames on gold is a bullish scenario. As you all know, with gold, it is a very volatile market, and the bears could take over at any point. But as of right now, with the price action we are seeing, we are definitely in for a bullish move. Remember that we are only basing this off probability. We're not making a prediction and giving you trades. We are just telling you and giving you information on what we see in the market. And with the most probable move compared to a bullish or a bearish move, is definitely the bullish move that we will most likely see, with that level of 2,800 surpassed, which is absolutely unbelievable. If you guys have been trading for quite some time now, I remember trading gold when it was in the 1300s to 1400s per ounce. If you don't know, quick little lesson: the price that you see on the side is the price for 1 ounce of gold, and as you can see, the price currently is $2,742 for 1 ounce of gold, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it looks to be that it's going to continue going higher. So if you've got gold, ladies and gentlemen, hold it. But yeah, that's going to be our start of week technical analysis video for you. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment. I take on all the feedback and all the comments that I get. I had one person really appreciate the TA that commented on under our last end of week technical analysis video. So you, whoever you are, I appreciate you. Also, we had another comment stating that the audio was a little bit low. So what I'm going to go ahead and do when I edit this video is increase the audio for you guys a little bit, just so it should be easier for you to hear everything. Remember, we have only just started this, and me, myself, I am not very good with this whole editing thing, but I am definitely learning. I'm definitely getting there, and there will be a day when the TAs are perfected. But once again, drop me a comment on how you found this TA, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and good luck this week, traders. I wish you all the best, and peace.